Hey everybody, hope you're having a great day today. I'm Shane Perry. I want to talk to you a little bit about taking inspired action. Well, what is that? The question I had this morning is, what does a person do when it seems like the whole world is falling apart? When it seems like all of your problems and issues you had before the pandemic are still there, and yet you got to throw that on top of it. And certainly we're praying for all the families of the people that have lost people during this pandemic, and we're praying for all the people that are sick from COVID-19 that they will recover, and we're praying for our country and for our world that it will be healed. But in the midst of all of that stuff, you can't just stop your life. Now, you do need to take this time to rest and enjoy some aspects of your life, but it's also an incredible time to get connected with God. This is one of the greatest times, especially if you're quarantined at home or if you're not able to work right now. It's one of the best times to get connected with God. Not only that, but you have to understand that the things that come to you in your life, they don't have to come to you through your job. They don't have to come to you through your business or what you do. God has a multitude of ways to get things into your life. And one of the ways that God does this is by engaging with you on a level of co-creation. Well, what does this mean? It sounds kind of esoteric or kind of out there. What it simply means is that I have the power from a spiritual perspective to reach into the spirit realm, grab a hold of the things that I'm believing God for, and pull them into my contemporary situation, pull them into right now, which means that it doesn't take money. It doesn't have to be money. It doesn't have to be my job. It doesn't have to be my business, because right now a lot of that's shut down for people. But I can do this on a spiritual level. I believe that every problem has a spiritual solution. And when you engage it first on a spiritual level, then you're on the right track to changing your life. So we do that by prayer, by meditation, by praying and asking God for what we want to come to pass in our life. Then meditating on it. That's putting cerebral and spiritual energy on what you believe you want to manifest in your life. And this is important because where attention goes, energy flows. So spiritual energy flows where you put your attention. So many times we're putting our attention on negative things instead of the positive things that God wants to do in our life. I want you to shift that thinking during this season of your life and start to focus in on what you're believing God for. Now watch this. You pray about it, you meditate, and the next thing you have to do is detach yourself from the outcome. We get so caught up into how, when, what, why, and where. I don't get caught up into that because I've learned something over my course of 45 years of life and 25 years of spiritual work and serving God and working with people. Some things happen quickly, other things take time. Generally, most things take time. So I have this thing that I always do. When I speak affirmations, that's another thing that you can do, is to speak out of your mouth what you believe God is going to bring to pass in your life. Romans 4:17 says we call those things that be not as though they were. So it's a biblical thing to do. It's also called an affirmation, which is affirme in the Latin, which means to make firm. So I speak it out of my mouth and make it firm in the spirit there first, but it's only a matter of time until it manifests in the natural. So what does all this mean? When I'm speaking things out of my mouth, I always finish my time of confession by saying this or something better is now manifesting in totally satisfying ways for the highest good of all in its own perfect timing. Then I cover all my bases. First of all, God may want to do something greater than what I'm thinking or asking. Ephesians 3:20 said, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that you could ask or think according to the power that worketh in you, which means God may want to do something greater than what I'm thinking about. God may want to do something greater than what I'm saying out of my mouth. So I always say this or something better. God's either going to give me what I'm desiring or he's going to give me something even greater. This or something better is now manifesting in its own perfect time. I'm not trying to rush anything. I totally forget about how long it's going to take for something to come to pass because I believe that it's already done. So it's only a matter of time until it happens. So if it takes months, if it takes years, I know it's going to happen in its own perfect timing. Have you ever gotten something or you ever wanted something when you were younger and you wanted it so bad and it never happened? And then later in life it came to pass and you said, man, I'm so glad I didn't get this when I really thought I wanted it because I wasn't ready for it. I want the things that I'm ready for. I want the doors to open up that I'm ready to walk through, and I want the doors to close that I'm not ready for. I want to be in divine alignment. So watch this. You got to detach from the outcome. When it's going to happen, how it's going to happen, I don't care about any of that. I just know this or something better is going to happen. Now watch this. What I do next is called inspired action, and that's what this video is about. How to take inspired action. How do you do that? How does a person know what to do? Because so many times we do things toward our goals and they don't work. We do things toward our goals and we never receive manifestation, and that's simply because we're not taking the right action. Now, I don't know if you guys can go here with me or not, but I was a religion philosophy major in the beginning of my studies, and so I know a lot about different religions. And one thing they teach in Buddhism is the Eightfold Path. One of the teachings of the Eightfold Path is called right action. And right action is simply skilled or wise or instructed action. It has the connotation of a ship being in a storm and being put back on course, like rightly put on course. And so that's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't want you to just take action to be doing something, because there's so many people doing things that aren't working. What I want you to do is, once you've prayed about it, once you've meditated on it, once you have detached from the outcome, then I want you to open up your spiritual ears and allow God to speak to you. In my experience, this is never a long process. In my experience, when I get focused in on what I'm believing God to bring to pass in my life, God always gives me instructions. It can come while I'm praying. It can come while I'm meditating, come while I'm watching TV, while I'm writing something, doing a blog. I mean, there's a lot of ways that this can come to me. And what happens is, when it comes, the instructions are exactly what you need to bring to pass in your life what God wants to manifest for you. So I want you to stop worrying about who, what, when, why, and where. Forget about all that stuff. Put that on the back burner and just believe that it's already done. What I want you to focus on is hearing divine instruction. God, what are the next steps you want me to take in this? Because if I take right action, if I take inspired action, I will take steps that bring me closer to my goals. I hope this video has helped you. I love you guys. I appreciate you. If you're interested in learning more, I have a powerful coaching program. It is an amazing course. People's lives are being transformed all over the world through my coaching. If you want to be a part of that, go to my website, ShanePerrySenior.com. Go to the contact portion of that. Put your name, your email address, and in the comments, just put coaching. And I'm telling you, it will transform your life. I have several programs online. You can find all those on my website. I love you. I appreciate you. Talk to you again soon.